AI agents are taking over the search. And to experiment with this, I went on Google this morning and I asked Google, what is the best way to optimize content for AI platform agents? And the first 5 results were sponsored, SEMrush, LinkedIn, Airtable, and Grammarly. And then the Google AI agent came up with an answer, which was pretty good, but let's see if we have something better. And to this morning, this is me, Esther Katz, 5 times deep tech CMO, originally from an agency background, so love working with agencies. And full disclosure, I worked with Liudmila Kiseleva because she has 17 years of experience in SEO, and she is very much deep into research of how AI will influence our SEO strategies. I hired Liudmila's company as a CMO before. I was very pleased with the work we have done. So we decided to get together on this chat and talk about our planning for 2025.
Esther, thank you so much for the introduction. And I appreciate the kind words. And indeed, this is like, I'm not sure how like the crowd feels, but I want to show you something. This is how Google looked in 2008. I'm not sure if like people on this call remember that, but that was the Google results. Just leave 3 ads at the top, yellow bar, and that's it. And all the other ads at the bottom. Now, this is where we are. This is where we are. And for an SEO professional, and I've been in B2B SEO for tech companies for a long time. Now, if you look at my screen, and I have a big screen, 0 organic results. 0. This is the ads. And by the way, Google shuffles things around a little bit. Sometimes you can see the AI overview on top here. Sometimes you can see it at the bottom, but this is like rated, right? It's the first thing that you see. People also ask. That's another search feature. Discussion and forums. God forbid videos and other people, what people are saying. So this is how the AI affects and actually impacts the SEO world. Ranking number 1 organically doesn't cut it anymore. You need something else. You need something different. So that's probably the biggest takeaway from my kind of recent research on what do you need to do and what do you need to actually aim for when you're doing content and SEO work. Not for the number 1. You need to be here. You need to be here. You need to be somewhere in those blocks. That's the major industry shift that's going on right now.
So I think this is the question that really interests everyone. How should we structure our B2B content to ensure it's both human readable and optimized for AI citation and extraction?
This is a really interesting question. And although not too much scientific research is available as of yet, there are some papers, like scientific papers that I read recently, and with the help of my team's assistant, Anna, who is actually writing a thesis on Gen AI, we dived really deep into what kind of science knows about it for now, about this question. How do we write? How do we optimize? How do we make sure that AI platforms understand our content, and at the same time we don't ruin the user experience? For now, this is all about using the proof of credibility, proof of trust, and proof of expertise. Surprisingly, it's really close to how EAT, expertise, expertness, authoritative, and authority and trustworthiness, and the EAT concept of Google worked and is working for organic search results. So when you write content for users, for people, a few things that LLM really like: match with intent. So whom are you writing for? What people need to read about it, what people need to know. Very structured way to lay out your thoughts. LLMs and if you use the ChatGPT or Perplexity, you can see that you get the information in chunks. So you don't have the wall of text. The information is structured. It's like snippets arranged in logical order, which is actually really like pleasant for us as humans to read and understand. So giving a better structure to your content is the way to go. So intent focused. What do we need? Like what do we need to communicate? And then the very clear structure with the focus on formatted texts and what's more important, definitions and explanations. So this is what people are mostly using GPT platforms for right now: definitions and explanations. If we can give a better definition, if we can explain things in an appealing way to both AI agents and humans, we increase our chances, we increase our content to rank high in any AI-driven space. By the way, a very important thing is the citations and social proof. We noticed that really like cited, marked up, referenced content ranks much better. And by referenced, now you don't like referencing other sources in your niche is good, but referencing scholarly articles, referencing, for God's sake, Reddit discussions that have a lot of following and a lot of kind of activity on them really helps. It looks like LLMs are parsing and using the reviews and social proof as one of the ways, this is one of the best ranking factors for them.
Interesting. So how does backlinking blend into this mix?
This is a very interesting thing because nobody canceled Google patent about the page rank. It's a very old one. This is how Google operates, and the backlinks are they serve two functions. First, it is a discovery way for bots to find and discover new content. So bots follow the backlinks and the links on the other pages to parse through them and discover new things. So I wouldn't say that the backlinks need to be canceled, no, but the role of the backlinks is now more is the role of like the mentions. You need to be mentioned in the right places. So let's say Google knows 100 of websites, and ChatGPT only knows 5. But ChatGPT bots are parsing the web, and the more backlinks you have, the more mentions you have in the right places, the better are your chances to be discovered and to be cited by LLM models, if that makes sense. Think about it more as a PR tool now, rather than a ranking tool.
So, I work with deep tech companies for years now, and I'm seeing a shift where technical buyers are using AI agents for initial product research. What changes should we make to our technical documentation, white papers, and product pages to ensure they're properly indexed and cited by AI?
This is a $1 million question, and recently it looks like ChatGPT is proactively adjusting to how they discover content and how they treat it. I wanted to show you this. This is quite recent, and if you read it, this is how you can potentially navigate ChatGPT to index your content. They recently introduced the directives to Robots.txt files, which govern how search engine bots or any other bots treat your content. This is fascinating because apparently ChatGPT has 3 bot agents. They're on the screen. And the most important one is now for search. So if you would like your content to be searchable and crawlable by ChatGPT search bot, this is the directive to use in Robots.txt. This is how, if you don't like it to happen, you can disallow it, and ChatGPT will not index your website. Look at the ChatGPT user. This is how the This is how we can potentially govern and navigate the indexation of our content. So if we are talking about the change that we need to make to our content policy, like content libraries, the first thing to think about is your policy. How do you govern it? What would you like to be indexed, and by which bots? Now we have tools. But look at the last one. This is huge. They have a separate bot that actually parses your content and can use it in their own models and to train them. So imagine the impact on the website with a huge documentation library. If you would like more of that documentation to appear within the ChatGPT ecosystem, now you can govern how the bots need to treat your content. And I think custom GPTs open a big, huge opportunity for companies and brands to actually educate ChatGPT about your content.
Okay, well, I'm a CMO. Let's take as an example for a market maker, okay, crypto market maker. And our mission in our content strategy is to educate crypto projects about the principles of market making, compliance, and all the rules around that. And we put a lot of effort and time and investment into creating that original content that serves our potential ICPs. How do I make sure that if I allow GPT to use my content, my brand is still present in the search results?
This is so far. This is a gray area where not too much information is available. But if you look at the one of the best ways to actually educate ChatGPT and other models in the right way is to feed them the information your way, on your terms. For example, through a custom GPT, where you can create a custom GPT, you can upload the links and the content that you would like to be used. And as long as this is your content, you created it, the ChatGPT, you can give instructions on how to use it within your custom GPT that can potentially be replicated in other searches. So don't let the model do their own job. Effective, educated. Invest into the creating the GPT that is, for example, answers common like crypto for dummies, right? Or if we're talking about like some niches, give the definitions that you want to use. Give your brand positioning through custom GPT the way you want to do it. Like try to make it on your terms rather than waiting, rather than sit and wait to discuss for the GPT bot parse your website and without your control use it for models training or whatever.
What is a custom GPT? Is it something that will appear in a little square on the landing page of GPT where it says, sometimes I see some branded custom GPTs there, sometimes they're unbranded. Is this what we're talking about? So I can create a branded market making GPT that will have all my library in there. Okay.
Yeah, this is Canva GPT. This is Color GPT. This is my LinkedIn Ad Wizard GPT that I built. Technically, anybody can build it. So I do a lot of LinkedIn ads, and I write quite a few things through that LinkedIn Wizard. And if you can, it's trained on my data, right? And I have the templates. I have my own library. I have the top performing ads, and that's this is how I do it. And on the background, if you look at the GPTs here, you can actually train it the way you need it. So this is my another one, the social post wizard, and you can see that I gave it instructions. I gave it the documents that I consider to be important for this particular task. And now I can talk to it on my terms. It's using my predefined data. So think about it as giving the instructions. I need to get from point A to point B. Give me the best route, right? But I don't want to pay for tolls. right? I want the fastest route. I want this. I want that. This is the way how you can potentially navigate it and feed your data into ChatGPT directly.
Does Rampic provide services of updated AI agent SEO strategy where you can
Of course,
incorporate all the, yeah?
of course we do. And
Awesome.
quite recently, we upgraded the copywriting guidelines. We call them now generative optimization guidelines, GEO. And just to give you like a highlight of what we included into that, that's what we are now motivating people to do. And this is what we briefed our writers and everybody, like all the SEO specialists. Basically, we spent 3 weeks with our SEO team reading the scientific research, exploring the web. This is why like we know that those things work. We invested quite a bit of R&D time into those things that we are now implementing for every single content brief or content piece we brief or we work on. And just to give you an example, what we baked into that, if you ever generated an image on ChatGPT, Midjourney, whatever, you will get the very lengthy description. This is an abstract copy of a banner promoting the Fireside chat with expert Esther and Liudmila about the B2B SEO shifts affected by AI. This is what the model will give you. It will be kind of like repeating your prompt and adding the descriptions for the images, like right into the image title. This is very different to how old school SEO treats images optimization. 160 characters, use the keywords, right? Do not use explanations. So imagine what happens if you have like a large image library and you rewrite the alt tags and the images to be LLM friendly. You will greatly increase your chances to rank better for everything related to image search. And this is your visibility. And this is just an example of how we are adapting our content work to be both human and LLM friendly from the get-go. From the get-go. You don't need to kind of like rewrite the whole thing, but when you are updating your content, when you are recycling your content, you need to have very clear goals. Literally, our briefs right now have a goal to rank in AI overview. We have a goal for this piece of content to rank, and people also ask. This is how we are addressing the change, like the industry change, to make sure that all the work that we do as the agency keeps, like, has in mind like two audiences right now: humans and AI agents.
So all of this seems to be really working well for the AI understanding of the subject. But at the same time, we still want humans to enjoy the style of the writing and to get more from the content than just, structured, schematic bunch of data. There is literally style. There is, writing is more than just transferring information from point A to point B. So how do we balance optimization and authenticity and keeping it still, enjoyable to read and having humor and, quotes and memories that are not necessarily directly connected, immediately connected to the subject of that piece of content?
That's a great question, and I believe the tone of voice and the overall kind of like branding communication strategies are not going anywhere. But what you can do, you can train your agents, you can train your models that you're using to take into account your tone of voice, to learn from your own library as the custom GPT, for example. Like in my case, I wrote more than 300 LinkedIn posts, I think, and all of them are now sitting in the knowledge base of my custom GPT. So it knows how I write, and it keeps helping me to be authentic. Yes, I do edits. So editorial for now is not going anywhere. So the best thing here will be to separate the use cases. If you need the research, if you need the brainstorming, if you need like a solid draft based on the inputs that you provide, that's one use case. If you need something really authentic, really appealing, and really human oriented, if your business goal is to talk to humans more than just to rank and get visibility, that's going to be a separate use case and probably a separate team in the future who will be working on those pieces. So I think that's going to be, we will face a fork. We will face a fork where we will have more and more AI generated content in Google results. But at the same time, we will have the communities and we will have the groups of people who will be writing specifically for humans. That's more of a speculation at the moment. Nobody knows, and nobody is like an expert here in this field how exactly the things will go. But to your point of authenticity, I do believe that's gonna be more human thing to do, and the research, fact checking, drafts, and dry answers to some questions is gonna be more LLM.
I think everybody wants to know how we're going to deal with metrics then.
That's that's a good question, because for years in our reports we've been saying, hey, we have X amount of keywords in top 10, we have X amount of keywords ranking in top 3, hooray, we are visible. So now we have a few things how we can potentially measure, and that's not necessarily ranking number 1 anymore. So that's a quick toolkit that we are using right now, and hopefully it's going to be valuable and applicable to everybody here. Google Analytics, don't forget to check your referral traffic. Google Analytics will now put ChatGPT and Perplexity and other AI platforms under referral group. So the first thing to measure is to go into your Google Analytics, go to source and medium breakdown instead of the default channel grouping, and see if you already have traffic from ChatGPT and other AI platforms. The next thing to check here will be to see which pages get that traffic. So this is the best way in the quick like temperature check. Am I being indexed? Which pages, like which content of like my library is being cited or being like ranked in ChatGPT or Perplexity already? So how am I doing? Do I have the traffic? If I do have it, where people go, what they do, how they behave. So think about it as the alternative or like the new emergent traffic channel. What we did for us and our clients, we grouped them under GEO. So now, like in every analytics report that we, like the clients that we manage, we have a separate channel group for quick assessment. So you open the dashboard and you immediately see how things are in terms of the traffic and the content that people are reading. For AI features, pretty much now, like every SEO toolkit, Ahrefs, SEMrush, SE ranking, they have the AI overviews and SERP features modules that can help you evaluate how you're doing in the search results. How many AI overviews you have, how many featured snippets you are ranking in. So recently we ranked one of our clients for 152 SERP features in just 4 weeks. And Ahrefs helped us measure it. So we saw it in the rankings. We saw exactly which keywords, which pages, which content got featured in AI overviews. So that's pretty much transparent. And for Search Console, this is really interesting because you can monitor how your CTR is affected by content ranking in AI overviews. If you have keywords that are in top 3, like top 1, top 2, watch out for how the CTR changes when they go to AI overviews. It's a little bit controversial, but sometimes getting into an AI overview from featured snippet will kill your traffic. Sometimes getting from, and we saw it, getting from featured snippet that's not on this screen, but usually like you have it, to this kind of like small link will actually kill your traffic. And Search Console is the best way, the best tool to monitor that, because if you know that you ranked in featured snippets before, and now you're not, but you're an AI overview, watch out for your average position and CTR and other metrics for that particular keyword. Sometimes it's not a good thing.
Yeah, obviously, because if the citation is not branded, if I got all the information I needed, and I'm lazy to click on that little, button to go to the source website, then that's it. Basically, my demand generation efforts
Yes.
will not.
Welcome to zero click world 2.0. Yeah. So
Do you think it's the end of the websites as we know them?
no, I don't think so. I think so far, if you look at the market share, so we are all excited about it, right? About the AI, people using ChatGPT search and everything to find answers. I think it's a longer journey for people to switch completely for all the use cases that we typically have for search to AI. So it's not the end of the website, but the way how you get traffic from search has definitely changed. So people will still visit, people will still cite you, but one of the tactics that we are exploring right now, and by the way, talking about measurement, so this is our best CRM for small business, right? This is the screen that we had for the ChatGPT search, and I have it somewhere in the slides. I think it's a better way to do it. So this is AI overview that we just saw, and like pay attention: Zapier, YouTube, Monday, Zendesk, MarketWatch as the citing sources. This is the comparison, side-by-side comparison for the same query, but I made it like in a more human way. What is the best CRM software for small business? Look at the citations here: Forbes, CRM.org, PCM Mag, and then I didn't Google. I went to Bing, because in ChatGPT documentation, there is a note that they're using Bing as a source among other sources. Surprisingly or not, PCMag, Forbes, CRM.org, PCMag again. So one of the ways how we can potentially measure, right, and get traffic from the ChatGPT will be to do quick temperature checks. How are you actually ranking on Bing? And for example, if those sources are trustworthy, try to get the link in it. It's like good old backlinks placements, but they totally different criteria how you choose your backlinks partners now. Esther, getting to your earlier question about the backlinks. So if you want to be cited, if you want traffic to your website, be in the right place with your content, be in the right place with your brand, because now this is your, again, Google is not everything right now, but it's going to be a long journey. And getting back to the toolkits, a couple of things that I wanted to share is this is a very interesting tool by HubSpot. It's called AI Search Grader, and it can give you some bigger companies are trying to be ahead of the game, and I think that this is a really nice try, because what they do, they give you a summary of what Perplexity knows about your brand, and the sentiment, the strengths. It's about me. So this is report about Ramping. The weaknesses, pricing transparency. Probably I should be better in my positioning, but they haven't found any negative feedback, thanks God. I don't have it usually, but share of voice and all the analysis, right? So there are now like emerging tools that can help you measure the impact that AI models have on your business. And you can use like a combination of things. First-party data from your Google Analytics and your Google Search Console. This is your data, you own it. Third-party data, AI overviews, appearances, tracking of search features from SEM and Hrefs and whatever. And the emerging tools like this one that let you see how your brand is currently perceived by the major AI models. So I would say that's a combination of quite a bit of stuff.
Fascinating. So we are almost, we have 27 minutes left until the end of our morning show. If you have questions, you can put them in the chat and our assistants will pass them on to me or Ludmila, or wait another 10 minutes and we will open the floor and then we can have an open discussion and you can ask all your questions.
Mhm.
Because I have only a few more left, we're literally covered a lot. So we
Sure.
talked a lot about optimizing for GPT. What about Claude?
Yet another LLM model. So I'm using ChatGPT as an example because I'm mostly using it. I experimented with a few others. It's just like the matter of personal preferences right now, but the principles are the same. There is a big race now in the kind of models training space, but I think this is more of the how do I put it right? This is more of the data accessibility. So ChatGPT sits on its own. It needs to accumulate its own data. And even if they have a better model, the training capacity and capabilities are not as probably as big or as robust as Google has or any other, or Meta, or any other like big company that has a lot of data. So I think we're in a very early stage of people giving preferences to one model or another. But the more people build on different platforms, the more the competition will be. Think about it as browsers. Remember, like in the early days, we only had like one or two, right? Then we had 10, 15, and then we ended up with pretty much like Chrome, Safari, and Internet Explorer, or like whatever Edge it is called right now. But remember, there were days when we had like 15 browsers. We had Mozilla, we had everything else, we
Yeah,
had Opera, and everything. So people will vote, I think, and companies and brands will vote for the tools that we currently have. So also, an unexpected discovery. And I see the questions. We'll just we'll jump to them in a second. While and Tricia, this is to your question. HubSpot Grader is a free tool. You just go there, plug in your website URL, and you get a report. But while you wait, this is what they tell you. While you wait for your report to be generated, this is what HubSpot tool will actually tell you, that the brands estimate that 20 to 40% of their Google-generated organic traffic will be gone because of AI search. Just saying. And HubSpot is free. You don't need a subscription to use it. It's a free tool. It will ask you for your email. Of course, they will market to you then, but that's just like you plug in your website URL, your email, and you're done. And by the way, if anybody needs help with any of your more like deeper, in-depth AI questions, you can actually book some time with me and my team. I'm more than happy to dive a little bit deeper into what your current state of AI presence is, talk about your AI search strategy for 2025. I do have some availability next week, but probably my best availability will be after January 15th. But Nina, if you can drop a link in the chat so that people can go to the booking page and see if any of the times works, that would be fantastic. And by the way, another link that I would like to share, this is the result of our work with our team, where we have the AI search optimization checklist. So thank you, Nina. That's the link to book some time with us. And Nina, if you could share the landing page where people can grab a copy. I know some of you already did, but for those of you who are interested in getting the more or less like structured information that we discussed here, right? What to do with the content, how to go about structuring it in a better way. We have prepared a checklist that can actually help you navigate your content effort. So two things, two like giveaways for you, and thank you so much for being here with us today. Is go ahead and please book some time with me if you need it. I highly encourage you to do that early, so that we can kickstart your AI search strategy in 2025 right from the get-go. And the checklist for everybody who is currently working with the content and thinking about the ways how to make it more LLM friendly. And this checklist is based on the scientific research available. So it's not just like scraped and ChatGPT GPT generated one. We did read those articles. It's made by humans for humans. So I encourage you to go ahead and grab a copy.
I definitely be one of the first in line. That's crucial. What about Notion AI? I used it recently to draft a GTM strategy, and I
Mhm.
was quite impressed. And it's widely used for workflow. So now it's becoming a content platform and a search platform as well. What about their AI search?
Do you know which platform do they use?
I don't.
That's the key, because
Mhm.
now we have a really interesting time in the whole kind of like platforms development. You don't know what's under the hood unless they tell you. Is it proprietary? Is it like API connected with ChatGPT? Do they use Llama? Do they use Cloudy? So that's how HubSpot, for example, and in the tool that we just reviewed, they openly tell you that the data that they're pulling in their AI search grader tool are from either ChatGPT, like OpenAI, or Perplexity. So a
So
lot
they,
of
they use
brands.
the mix of GPT 3.5 and Claude.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. So this is how the ecosystem is now evolving. It's still emerging. I think things might change over time, but there is no point. Probably like it's a little bit too late to build your proprietary platform as like OpenAI or like what is Meta is doing, like the big brands are doing. But what you can do, you can capitalize on those engines that already exist. Think about it as Apple at the point of time opening the Apple search, Apple applications app store. They gave the infrastructure for the developers and brands to come in there and build custom apps. So you have an iPhone, you have an app store. To reach out to people who already have iPhones, you build an app that uses the App Store platform and ecosystem and the programming language. That's the same. We have the OpenAI as the engine, and we have a way to build custom GPTs or applications that communicate to that engine through API and build on top of that. This is where we are right now, and this is how like major brands mostly reacting and using AI through a blend of certain things that they need, but they're not inventing their own thing. They're building on the platforms and the models that are already out there.
Clear. And my last question before we get to open the floor is, from the feedback of your clients, are you seeing changes in how technical decision makers navigate from search to purchase using AI features? Do they notice any changes in the sales cycle?
Yes. One of our clients, they are a big software company, and they noticed that referral traffic from ChatGPT quickly became one of the top ones in both discovery, so getting new users, and conversions, getting signups. So uh, their documentation section boosted the whole thing.
Mhm.
So it looks like when we are talking about the technical people, engineers, developers, um, tech entrepreneurs, this kind of like audience seems to love using ChatGPT for more than just getting answers. The use cases are discovery, the use cases are education, the use cases are exploration and research. So it's not like, hey, give me a quick thing how to kind of like cook an omelet. No, they are using those platforms for so many use cases that most of the crowd, most of the other audience segments might not use it for now. For now. So if you're working with the tech audience, be sure that your content is definitely somewhere in there, somewhere in the chat GPT, somewhere discoverable, somewhere where you can clearly make a really good use of it.
It almost feels like it's also a sign of intent. If I'm just doing the research and I'm not really interested in buying, then I probably would be just happy with the results I got through GPT or Claude. But if I make an effort and I actually visit your website after getting the results, that will probably signal or can be considered as one of the signal for intent.
The collection of those signals and the way that the tech companies can now work with your data, the things, how you can actually use it, it's still a little bit unknown. And the tools that we discussed, okay, you see the emerging trend in your traffic. And some of our clients, another client that we work with, they're also like a tech company. They saw a major increase in conversions for very specific informational queries. So again, getting back to what we discussed previously, that's all about the user intent. And if you're working with a very particular segmented audience, whether software developers, technical engineers, or marketers, the best way to get the most of the AI search right now is to make sure that you're visible for them for the things that are very painful. We are getting back to in my mind, in my view, to the very basic marketing analysis right now. What is the pain point? How do I resolve it? And now, how do I make it visible, not just on search, but also on AI platforms? Back to basics, just different environment.
And I love it. I think we missed the basics the last few years, and I believe that the 2025 will be the year of strong collaboration between the generalist CMOs, head of marketing, and specialists like you, specialists in intent, specialists in UI UX, that will definitely be influenced by these new developments. And that's how we can get our revenue machines working more efficiently and bringing more value to our customers. And that will be it for our Q&A, and I will let our assistants to handle the floor and open the mics for those that have questions.
Sure. Like the floor is open, so if you guys have any question, you can unmute yourself and like just shoot. We are here for like good 10 minutes for now, and I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. So please, the floor is yours. Yeah, Tricia, go ahead.
Hi. I had a question about what level of ChatGPT are you utilizing to manage all of this? What would we need to subscribe to see the efficiencies you're gaining from this?
Thank you. That's a good question, and I'm on like the first basic tariff available. So I think if I like, let me look up my plan. That's a plus, personal plus.
Personal
it's 20
plus?
bucks. Yeah, personal plus $20 per month.
Yeah, that's what I use as well.
It is enough for me to experiment with custom GPTs, search, get access to the features, and to use as the field research lab for my experiments with custom GPTs. But I then use another tool to give my team access to my work. So now one of the biggest limitations, and plus is enough for more than like, I think, I never used it that much that I hit any limits. So it works good for me and for my personal and business needs. But the most frustrating limitation of the ChatGPT right now is I cannot share my chats. So it sits in my profile, and the only way to share it, I can share my custom GPT link. And for example, if Nina from my team wants to use my wizard, I call them wizards. I don't know. I like the name. If Nina wants to use my wizard, she can, and then she can share the snapshot of the outputs of your conversation, the chat. But I cannot do anything without it. I cannot continue that conversation. I cannot build up on her work, right? So now it's very fragmented. Now it's like a very, if you think about it like private use and commercial grade. If you would like, if would like something where teams can work and interact, you will need a commercial grade AI framework, where the interaction between the AI agents, custom GPTs, is much more robust than the ones that you can use for personal use purposes, or for small business purposes. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you. And any other questions, guys, before we wrap up?
Even if you don't have a question but would like to share an opinion or personal experience updating your SEO strategies, feel free.
Or you can give us like a small reaction if it was helpful, if it was useful. Give us like a little bit of a thumb up, so you can hear like the reactions. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, Saurabh, go ahead. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Yes, I will share. I will share the slides, and we will share the recording shortly. So for everybody who was here, we will send a quick email with the link to the place where you can book some time with me if you need to revise your AI strategy, SEO strategy for 2025. We will definitely give you a link where you can grab your free copy of the AI search optimization checklist. And of course, we will include the link to the presentation that we reviewed today. There are a couple of goodies there, like a couple of links to the tools and some like write-ups and examples that we reviewed, so that you can get even more value from this morning with us. And thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate your time, and I do appreciate your active participation. That's a pleasure to host you guys.
Thank you, everyone, and have a beautiful holiday season.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
we are wishing you. Yeah, we're wishing your families and your loved ones and yourselves a really good festive season, relaxing time. So I wish you like really, really, really happy holidays. And Esther, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Like that was fun. That was fun. We should do it more often.
We should do it again. It was good to see you again, Liudmila. Bye
Thank you
bye,
very much,
everyone.
everybody. Bye, everybody. Good to see you. Thank you. Bye.